is locked into the board after getting a little bit of mental rest. And for Nodirbek Abdusattorov, there is a lot of pressure on him. As you said, Danya, a year ago, he was in the tournament lead, heading to the very last round, where he lost. We saw dressed to the nines, Jordan Van Forest. So for Nodirbek Abdusattorov, with the black pieces here, and with Vidit's stellar preparation from a day ago, I'm very curious to see how this opening develops.
Me too. Yesterday, Vidit with the black pieces playing an incredible tactical display against Parham Maksudlu. He was in preparation up until move 16 or 17, but we are not used to Nodirbek getting out prepared. Nodirbek himself has come armed with so many different weapons, Robert, with both colors. He plays just about everything. Very, very difficult to predict what we're going to see here. Vidit taking a little pause after the move e6. Obviously, the big crossroads here. Knight f3, knight c3, or g3, all viable options. And now it's black, who's at a crossroads. We've seen a lot of Bogo Indians, Robert, in this tournament. We've also seen d7, d5 featured a lot. We haven't seen a lot of Queens Indians. What are we going to get from Nodirbek here?
I don't think we'll get a Benoni type of position, that's for sure. That would be way too risky for this moment, and we see d5 played. This, I think, is a good call from him. He's just trying to challenge from the center. We all can see that with black, you've just extended your queen's pawn forward. White has already put 2 pawns on his own 4th rank, so you're gaining space as black controlling the center, and this is a pawn sacrifice. So one of these questions, Danya, I always wonder at this high level, when do they choose to play the more aggressive games from the black side? If you're Nodirbek Abdusattorov, a draw feels good enough, but you don't want to rest on your laurels. There's still a whole day of chess tomorrow. So do you keep it sharp, do you keep it interesting, or do you just try to shut it down when you can?
his clock. That meditation before the game, I'm just so impressed with Vidit's composure, with his universality and his ability to deliver in these critical moments. This is a very important skill, Robert, for the Candidates Tournament. And I think he's making a serious claim that he's not to be overlooked as we move forward into the most important tournament of the year.
And I think when he won the Grand Swiss, there were people saying, okay, Vidit, we know him, he's a familiar name, he's been 27-20 for a long time, but can he really compete with the 2800s like Fabiano Caruana or Hikaru Nakamura? Is that possible? But Vidit is showing that maybe he's not 27-20, where he's about to hit 27-50. And when he wins this game, he's going to be a top 10 player in the world, and he may win this Wijk tournament, and in such different styles in these last two games down here. He played a tactical skirmish with Parham, and now it's been a long positional grind up a pawn. So Vidit, he has that universality that you're talking about.
And here we go. As you said, the death knell begins to ring. King to f8, probably the most resilient move. Still, he finds ways to keep this game going with 45 seconds. Vidit, in his mind, this game is not over. He obviously is still in fight or flight mode. Rook d5 will be met with a check on e1. The king can move forward to d7. It can drop back to f5. At this point, I think you have choices. King
f5, bishop e7. Aren't we getting the type of trade that we asked for? No, because bishop takes e7 check forces the rooks off the board.
Exactly. Rook takes e7, rook d8 is a lovely mechanism. I think black has to deliver another check, but king to g4, black can deliver another check, but king h5. Wow!
And then bishop e7 is met by rook f5 check, very importantly.
Incredible. So just to bring everybody up to speed, if you're watching this and you're confused, like what are the players, what are they going for? White is trying to trade rooks at all costs. So
he has overcome so many obstacles in his career. He's overcome obstacles today from Nodirbek Abdusattorov, but Vidit Gujrathi is now India #1. He's the top 10 player in the world, and he's in a 5-way tie for first place here in Wijk. What a performance from Vidit Gujrathi.
77 moves, and a huge congratulations to Nodirbek for his resistance. You gotta take your hat off to the Uzbek youngster. That guy would not give up. He made Vidit work for every single decimal point